Have you stopped taking a sleeping pill, whether it is a benzodiazepine or a Z drug or any other medication used for sleep, and now you're finding that you just never feel sleepy anymore, and you're concerned that your sleep drive has been damaged, and you're wondering how to get back that homeostatic, natural sleep drive, that appetite for sleep? If this sounds familiar to you, well, you have just clicked on the very video on the World Wide Web where we're going to address exactly your questions. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Daniel. I'm a sleep physician turned sleep coach. And this is an episode of Mining the Comments. Mining the Comments is a series of episodes that we look at specific comments from the community and see what we can learn from them. And in today's episode, we are going to look at a comment from Stephanie. And this comment from Stephanie is on a recent success story from Ashley, where Ashley shared her story. And Stephanie commented 10 days ago, "Hey, Daniel, I hope you might consider making a video about withdrawal from benzodiazepines and other sleep medications. I used temazepam, zolpidem, and mirtazapine for a relatively short period, about a month. But after stopping, I'm experiencing severe insomnia. I'm concerned that I have lost my natural sleep drive. Would love to hear insights on how sleep pressure and homeostatic sleep drive can recover after discontinuing these medications. Thanks for all your helpful content." Thank you, Stephanie, for being here and for the encouragement, for the support. And what we're going to do is I'm going to share some teaching points and some of the answers, and then we're going to go back to the comment and make sure we answer every question that Stephanie had. So the first thing I want to say here is that when we use a sleeping pill, it is going to be sedating. Like there's no pill that can produce sleep. There's no chemical that can artificially make us sleep. The only thing that can actually make us sleep is our own sleep drive, our own body's need for sleep. So then we might wonder, what do these medications do? Whether it is temazepam or mirtazapine or benzodiazepine or some other medication, what they all have in common is that they are sedative. They have sedating properties that affect our nervous system. Now, imagining this, that our nervous system has been chemically suppressed, if you will, for a period of time, and it has maybe partially adapted to the situation, and then we let's say that we quite abruptly withdraw this suppression of the nervous system. Well, we can see that it's almost like holding a balloon underwater or something, and as soon as we let go, the balloon naturally will have some upward mobility, will kind of jump up before it kind of settles, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that coming off sleeping pills can generate rebound nervous system activity unrelated to how we think about coming off. Now, there's a typo here that we want to correct just for completion's sake. As a thing, it's not a thing, it's think, sorry. Unrelated how we think about coming off. What I want to say here is that regardless of our ideas of the fact that we're coming off the medication or how sleep has been or things of that nature, there can be a physiological, biological rebound activity in the nervous system as the suppressing effects of something sedating is removed. This is very similar to how we can feel sedated when we drink alcohol and we may fall asleep, but then a couple of hours later, as the alcohol is metabolized, this the sedative effect of alcohol is removed, and we can wake up having kind of choppy sleep, feel agitated, kind of a little bit irritated, and things of that nature. Same principle. So what I want to say here is that we can temporarily be more alert, sleep less, simply as a result of this sedation being removed, but that doesn't say anything about our sleep drive. Our sleep drive, our sleep system is still very much intact and working exactly as it should. And this like temporary alertness that comes from removing a sedative from our system is not what I think Stephanie's concerned about, because this is self-resolving. It doesn't take that long for this, for things to go back to kind of a baseline after that. So the follow-up question then becomes, but what if it's more than a night or a few? What if we stopped taking a sleeping pill and now weeks later, or many days later, weeks later, months later even, we're still finding that we just don't sense any sleep drive. We just never feel sleepy, and we're concerned about this. Well, here, it is not, in my opinion, the removal of a sedative in itself that now is affecting us, but it is our concerns about the situation we are in. Our concern about having come off a sleep medication, our concern about not feeling sleepy is now putting us in this hyperaroused state. This concern is keeping us vigilant and hyperaroused and extra careful, in kind of protective mode the brain is in. And this can keep us from feeling sleepy for a long period of time. So now you see that a loop can be created, that our concern about not feeling sleepy makes us hyperaroused, and the hyperarousal keeps us from feeling sleepy, and the lack of us feeling sleepy makes us hyperaroused, and the hyperarousal keeps us from feeling sleepy, etc., etc. And now this is a self-sustaining loop, and this is why we can have this sense of like, I just haven't felt sleepy for as long as I can remember, or like a long time, like a significant amount of time. And again, our ability to generate sleep drive is intact. Everything is working exactly as designed. It's just that sleepiness, that sense of sleepiness, is masked. Our body is still building sleep drive. It has the natural drive to sleep is still there. It's just that whenever our brain is concerned about something, that may be the sole focus, the priority, and it prioritizes vigilance and not us feeling sleepy or sleeping or sleepiness. So it's just that it's masked. The sleep drive, therefore, doesn't need to be recovered. There's nothing has been damaged or hurt. There's nothing that needs to be recovered. It's just that the sleep drive has been hidden, if you will. And when we see this and we see that, oh, the fact that I'm not feeling sleepy doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong or it needs to be recovered. It's just that I've had these concerns that have masked the sleep drive, masked my sleepiness. Then naturally our concerns fade away and we start feeling sleepy and sleepiness again. This is how I see it. Now, let's go back to Stephanie's comment and contextualize everything. I think this will be really helpful for hopefully you, Stephanie, and everybody else in the community. So here we are back with the comment, and again, Stephanie said, I used temazepam, zolpidem, and mirtazapine for a relatively short period of time, and now I'm experiencing severe insomnia after stopping. And to me, the story here becomes that Stephanie did have, a struggle with sleep. Otherwise, why would she be taking these sleep medications, right? So the struggle with sleep always really comes from us starting to see not sleeping or being awake at night as like a threat or danger. So that idea that not sleeping was a real concern for us was already present. Stephanie took the sleeping medications. They may or not have been helpful. But as she comes off, she may be experiencing this like natural rebound in our nervous system, and there's some rebound wakefulness. But the concern around lack of sleep has been there, and now we can have a real insomnia struggle because we're concerned about the fact that we're not sleeping. We're concerned about the fact that we took sleeping medications. We're concerned about coming off them, and we're like, all these concerns around sleep keep us in a state of insomnia, like a state of fear. And in this state, again, of a lot of fear, concerns, then we don't feel that sleep drive, right? It's natural. So when Stephanie says, I'm concerned that I may have lost my natural sleep drive, we can now see why we have that experience of not having a sleep drive, not feeling sleepy. Now it makes sense to us. And so that's the next sentence here. Would love to hear your insights on how sleep pressure and homeostatic sleep drive can recover after discontinuation. Well, we have answered that actually, that it is no longer the absence of these chemicals that are keeping us in a state of like insomnia. Insomnia is really when we feel like insomnia is really that state where we don't feel we have any sleep drive or sleepiness, and that resolves again with understanding, and we don't need anything to recover except to see that we are safe. There's no danger. We understand our own experiences, that leads to a place where we again start feeling the sleep drive, we start feeling sleepy again, and we sleep peacefully. Hope this made a lot of sense to you, Stephanie, and everyone else in the community. As always, let me know in the comment section, and we will go from there. Thanks for now. Bye-bye. Hi, it's me, Daniel, and I hope you saw a lot of value in the video that you just watched. Now, if you're wondering if there's a place where you could just ask question after question about your sleep and get quality answers in a fraction of a second, then guess what? There actually is such a place, and it is called BedTyme. It is our app that's available for both iOS and Android. And in this app, we have our chatbot, Ellie, that I have trained. And Ellie answers right away, day or night. Of course, you don't have the human connection, but as far as information transfer and quality answers, Ellie is a great option. So consider that if you want your questions answered immediately and with quality. That's all I had for you. Thanks for tuning in, and now I'm rooting for you.